Hello, viewers. Welcome to this program. I am going to talk about the summary of Volpone or The Fox by Ben Jonson. Volpone or The Fox is a very popular comedy of Ben Jonson. Ben Jonson was a great poet, dramatist, and writer in the Elizabethan age. He continued to write right from Elizabethan age to Jacobean age. He was a very popular dramatist. He was a contemporary to William Shakespeare, the greatest dramatist of England and the world. Here, I would like to quote John Dryden. John Dryden compares Ben Jonson to William Shakespeare and says, if I would compare Ben Jonson to William Shakespeare is the Homer and Ben Jonson is the Virgil. I admire Ben Jonson, but I love William Shakespeare. T.S. Eliot says about Ben Jonson, he is a dramatic failure or tragic failure, not dramatic failure, tragic failure, because Ben Jonson could not write better tragic plays. His comedies are very popular. They are called comedy of humors or humorous comedy. Now let me tell the summary of the play or the story of the play in brief. First of all, let me acquaint you with the characters of this play. Volpone is a main character. He is a very greedy man. He loves gold. Mosca is his servant. He is a very clever man. Then there are three legacy seekers. These three legacy seekers are Walter, the lawyer. Second, Corbasio, an old man who loses his teeth but calls property all the time. His son Benario is also a character. Then we have Corvino, he is a businessman. Then Celia, wife of Corvino, she is a very beautiful lady. Then Lady Woodby, she is a wife of Sir Polite Woodby, and the last character is Peregrine. Volpone is a very greedy man. He always loves gold. He takes out gold from his room and he always looks at it very closely. He declares that he is very sick and he wants to give his property to anyone who brings him rich gifts, because he has no successor, no son, no heir. Mosca is his servant. He helps him in his work. Hearing this news, some legacy seekers come to him. One is Walter. He is a lawyer. His name is also ridiculous. It stands for vulture. a huge prey bird. He practices in the court of law and he is also a very greedy man. Hearing that Volpone has no son, no heir, no successor, he comes to him with a plate of gold. Mosca tells him that his master Volpone is very happy with him. He is ready to give his property to him. Then the door knocks and another gentleman comes. He is Borcassio. He is an old man, extremely old man. He has lost his teeth. He is older than Volpone. He is very greedy to become successor of the man, Volpone. So he comes to him and he gives plenty of gold. He also brings some medicines for Volpone. Mosca assures him that his master will give his property to him only. Then he goes away. But Mosca cheats him, saying that if he gives his property to Volpone, then Volpone will be very happy with him and he will give entire property to him, including his own property. So Boccaccio becomes ready to transfer his property in the name of Volpone one day. Now Corvino comes. Corvino brings rich gifts. He brings diamond, plenty of diamond. Mosca cheats him also. He says that his master will give his property to him alone. Now Mosca cheats all the three persons. Then one day Volpone goes out of his house and he sells some sort of oil in the name of Monte Bank in disguise. And he goes to the house of Corvino and tells that if anybody throws coins tying in handkerchief, he will give wine. Corvino's wife, Celia, is very beautiful. Corvino does not allow her to go out of his house. He always keeps her under lock. He also asks her to wear chastity belt because she is a very beautiful lady. She is a queen of beauty. When Celia throws coins through the window, Volpone looks at her and he has infatuation for Celia. Volpone comes home. He tells this thing to Mosca that Corvino's wife is very beautiful. He should manage to bring her here. Mosca manages it. Mosca tells Corvino that if he offers his wife to Volpone, then he will transfer his property to him. He will make him his successor, definitely. He also tells him that there is a doctor and that doctor is ready to offer her unmarried daughter to Volpone.
Conclude.
So Corvino brings her his wife and he offers her to Volpone. Now Benario also comes to know that his father is disinheriting him, his son. So he comes to Mosca. Mosca sets him against his father. Now there is a fight between Boccaccio and Benario. When Corvino brings his wife, she lives with Volpone, and she declares that she has been raped by Volpone. Now, a case is instituted in the court of law. Celia claims that she has been raped by Volpone. Walter appears in the court and he pleads on behalf of Volpone. He tells the court that Volpone is not a young man, he is very old and he is sick, so he cannot rape a girl, a woman. He defends Volpone in the court of law. He also tells that Benario and Celia are loving each other and they have illicit relationship. So the court frees Volpone for the time being. Now the charge is framed against Benario and Celia, but the court does not deliver the judgment at that time. The judgment is reserved. Then Volpone declares that he is dead and he has already transferred his property in the name of Mosca. Now all the three legacy seekers come to Mosca. They tell him that he has promised each of them to transfer the property of Volpone to him, but he failed and he has cheated all of them. Now the trial starts. Benario tells the court that Mosca is that Volpone is in good health, he is not sick, he is not ill, he should be brought to the court and he should be tried again. Now Mosca comes in the court and he reveals the fact. Hence the court punishes all these three persons. The court gives death punishment to Volpone. The court punishes and gives life imprisonment to Mosca. The court declares that Walter will lose his license and he will have to leave his country. He will not practice anymore. The court also says that Corvacio will have to give his property to his son Benario and he has to go to monastery to learn how to live life. Then the court decrees that Corvino has to give sufficient dowry to Celia, his wife, and the court orders that Celia has to go to her father's house, leaving her husband Corvino. Thus, humor is created in the play, and the play exposes all the characters. All the characters are very humorous. It is a brilliant satire on the people, on the greedy people of England and the world. It is a brilliant satire as well. Thanks.